We're starting this and no one's here yet. Adjust a little bit. All right. Okay, so first test would be to know if the audio works. So if you can hear me, you can say sound on. And if you can not hear me, that doesn't sound, well, comment me as well, so I can know. So, I don't know if you read the description of this live streaming, but this is, I didn't tell you where I am. I tend to be in many places around the world. So the very first exercise for you will be first to comment where you're from, and then maybe guess where I am. I think you're going to guess it pretty quickly though. So I'm just going to walk for now a little bit and wait until someone at least joins the live streaming, because it's very awkward when there's 0 people and to speak interactively, like even though you might be watching this after it's live, but I prefer to wait a bit until at least one person's join. So yeah, it's gonna be funny, I think. Still waiting. I'm trying a new setup as well, where I can attach camera to my shoulder. All right. Maybe it moves a little bit too much, but when I will not be walking, I think it will work. By the way, I am very rusty making videos. So, yes, one person is here. So just to make sure if that person is going to stay or not before I actually start explaining what we're going to do today, that person could maybe just comment if that person is going to stick for a bit or not, and where you are from as well, maybe. I was saying that I'm very rusty making videos. I think it's been a while I haven't made one. I think the last one I actually filmed something must have been in Seoul in last November. So time flies, and I cannot say I've been very active on the channel as well. So I'm a bit rusty, and I really need to get back used to it. Usually it comes back quickly, or thankfully. Used to be hard in the past when I was starting to make content online. It was really difficult if I was taking a break to restart. But I did notice that I reached a level where I get back used to it very quickly. But it's very weird to do this in the street, to speak on your own. You're very self-aware of how fucking weird that is for other people. So you have to free yourself, let's say, from that feeling. And that takes practice, or that takes to get reused to it. So slowly, step by step. In any case, only one person is here. I think you who are watching hasn't commented yet. So don't hesitate. Just leave me a comment, just to give me an indication, actually, if I should wait more before I start explaining what we're up to today, or if I just get down to it. Basically, I want to get. I want to tell you actually. All right. So I can already tell you that it's not going to be just me walking in the street today. If you have read the description of the video, we're going to do something quite specific, actually. I'm gonna make interviews, but I just wait to get some feedback on the comments before I get down to it. All right, so maybe you have an ideas with the audio, where we're from. All right, it'd be cool to have more than one person in the chat. I'm gonna try to avoid ending up in a street that is like too crowded. It's something that I hate about these live streamings is that I use a phone. I cannot use a regular camera, and so I think I really look like, let's say, more an influencer than a journalist in the street, and that I find it cringy. But so it takes an extra effort to get used to it. But I can slowly feel that I'm slowly entering the zone of I don't care. So let's keep on going. All right, so it's actually the only person that is watching the stream is my wife, Ariana. So it's always nice to feel supported. How's the audio, by the way? Can you hear me? Mayday. Or is it noisy? All right, so yeah, so I know it's you. I'm gonna wait until at least one more person joins. It's always very weird to be doing a live streaming with very few people. Zero is absolutely the weirdest place, and one person is like being on a call basically, but not hearing the other person back. So let me show you a bit the street life. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break from now. Keep getting used to this until more people join. So yeah, I really want to speak and explain a lot of stuff, but I cannot. The audio is good, so that's great. Very important. So, wow, look at this. It's pretty amazing. It's really, two people are in the chat now. Looks like I got your attention a little bit with these dragons. No, that person left so fast. Like you really have to keep the attention of the people that join in the chat. So let me try to zoom again on some specific things to see if that can maybe that's what works. Small details. So maybe this. I don't know. That should give you a hint of where we are. I think that some people are just sometimes on the YouTube page, and then they see something interesting, and so they want to join the call. I think I'm gonna hang out a bit more in those like small streets. Maybe I can find something interesting. So easier for me to get used to the process. If no one joins, I might just start what I am up to today. Every new person joining, let me know where you're from or from where you're watching. I'll try to go into some details as soon as I can. So, it's always slowly getting back used to these live streams. I know it's not very entertaining for you guys. For me, it's pretty intense. Okay, someone else is in the chat. So maybe that you who just joined, let me know in the chat if you're gonna hang out for a bit. Okay, that person left. That was so fast. So look at this. It's the Country of cats. So, yeah, you really, when people join, it's very difficult to keep them on the chat. We're just gonna keep on going. Right, guys. How's my hair, by the way? So those live streams, by the way, are gonna happen weekly. And it's my way of getting back active on this channel. It's easier to make live streams than edit videos. So every Saturday you can expect a live stream. But those live streams are not gonna be just me walking like you see now. I'm just waiting a bit until I start the actual process. Thank you. I do great. That's good. Seems like the internet connection works as well. That's a great news. All right. Be careful not to get rolled over. So right now I'm just going on random streets. Okay, I give it another, it's been 12 minutes I'm streaming. I'll give it another 5 minutes for other people to join and hang out. And then if no one else joins, I will just start what I plan on doing today, which is interviewing people to make it a bit more like challenging for me, of course. So let's try to go in that street over here. So we have like the life like this. People chilling. And there's always that challenge of consent when you film. So I would have to find a way to approach people without them freaking out so I can ask their consent. So where do you think we are? Right. There's one thing around here. I don't know for how long it's going to be the day. It might rain as well. I feel it does rain a little bit right now. So let's see, let's try again that trick of filming one of these little things to see if that's going to bring in people in the chat or not. Inside. Hopefully that's interesting, like an effect. Anyway, can you guess which country we are in? Or not? Hello. So that should help a little bit. Some countries will be more mean than others. We're I think a very kind one. There are more temples. Those is actually impressive. Ah, Japan. Someone from Japan. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I said country of cats, and indeed, the actual country of cats is Turkey. So that wasn't a very journalistic information from my side. but that was a trap, let's say. Okay, so now that we are two people, it's perfect. So it's been 15 minutes. We started the stream. We have someone from Mexico and someone from Japan. I will explain to you what we're gonna do today. So basically, I'm walking in the street in a country that you can guess where I am. I think you're gonna guess it pretty quickly. So first thing you can try to do, guess where we are. And of course, you can ask me all your questions. And what I'm gonna do now is interview people in the streets. And I have a list of questions that I have like in my back pockets. Here I have a paper with questions that are really around what I'm interested in, which is international topics, multiculturalism. This is what's going to be about today. And I'm going to talk both to local people from that country with questions for them, and other questions will be for also foreigners that live in this country. So we might meet today. We're going to meet a lot more local people right now. So actually here there are quite some people around. 4 people are in the stream, so it's growing, it's amazing. So for the new people, but they already left. But if new people arrive in the chat, let us know where you're from. So let me try to find someone. Those people are kind of working, so I don't know if they're good people to ask or not. So I'm preparing now my little list of questions. Sorry, Cap. I'm looking for. Do you speak English? Do you speak English? I'm looking for people to interview about culture in this country. Oh. Anyone would be interested to share? Too difficult in English? Someone speak good English?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm doing like a video about the culture, the local culture here. And so I'm looking for someone to interview.
Video what about?
So I would like to ask you if you, let me ask you a first question. So what traditions from, I would say where we are, we're in Thailand, I'm making the video, are important to you to preserve here in Thailand?
Oh, spend a lot of time. I don't have time.
Okay, yeah. So that's the type of interview I do.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if you would be interested, or it's going to be difficult to find people, but we will find someone. Kapon Kap. So I know that language is going to be an issue. Where did you get your car from? What was this question? So, where did you get your car from? Not sure if that was. So, I don't know what you mean by car. I do not have a car. Unless you said something else. So, let me try to find people. It was funny because I think they were first trying to help me because maybe I was looking for something. So, let's try to go somewhere else because I knew this guy was working, so. But he wanted to know what were my questions about. So I find more people here. Maybe I'll try to ask those guys. Sorry, do you speak English?
No.
No? You know?
No.
No English? Okay.
No English.
I make a video for YouTube. Do you want to say hi?
I know English.
But you can just say Sawadee-kap if you want.
Sawadee-kap, okay.
You okay for the camera?
Okay.
Okay. You also okay?
Okay.
Maybe come here because I'm not sure if yeah. Okay, so I meet like the first person
Okay,
there.
Sawadee-kap.
And
My name is Notai.
Notai?
Notai.
I'm Ben.
Okay.
I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah, in Europe.
I'm from Myanmar. You know?
I'm in Myanmar, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be a bit. The challenge is going to get a bit easier. Woo! To get more comfortable like this. Also, right now I have those questions like written on papers. I don't have them very well on the top of my mind. So that's also something that is going to get better over time, I promise. I'm just trying to make that big change right now. All right, so where are we getting here? Not many people, but definitely interesting area. There's not much around here. Thailand is a country of a lot of tropical animals and reptiles, so I'm always worried when I go into these more wild areas. You never know if you're gonna encounter a snake or... I hate snakes, I'm really scared of them. So I always think about that. Although I have an anecdote around this, Ariana and me, we were in Myanmar, in Myanmar. I was talking to guys from Myanmar, so of course. Now we were in Nepal about 1 year ago, and we're in a cafe, and we're high in the mountains. Not super high though, just a bit above Kathmandu, capital. And as I was in this coffee shop working, I saw in the back a snake entering the window, but it took me time to realize that what was going on. And I started to tell Ariana, like, ah, oh, there's like a snake behind you. And surprisingly, in this real life situation of encountering a snake, I was less scared than when I imagine or anticipate seeing one. It's an interesting thing. So here, I'm very far from civilization right now. Although there's those big buildings there. So no need to exaggerate, Benito. By the way, people that are here, where are you guys from? Let me comment. I gladly switch to français ou espagnol, depending where you're from. I want it to be very multicultural in all aspects on this channel. So today, as I said, still looking for interviewing people. So far, it's been a bit difficult to find local people who speak good English, so I can ask my questions. I still think I'm going to meet some people that will speak English, but I'm also going to an area right now, heading to an area where there are more foreigners, and so I have different set of questions, especially if those foreigners are living here in Thailand. So I'm really interested, more than travel, into living abroad more. So that's why I want to investigate today, and in all of those live streams actually. So yeah, very curious area here. So in this part of the city of Chiang Mai, this is where we're, Chiang Mai in Thailand. You sometimes do end up into some areas like that inside the city. All right. So maybe I can tell you, meanwhile, there's not much people until I can make those free interviews, a bit about my life, where I am at, and what am I doing here. So I've had a long break for the people that have followed me before on the channel. I'm gonna be able to come back through those live streams, as well as I'm getting right now into short form content, so like reels that I want to develop also on multiculturalism, including like maybe some comedy as well, some acting, which is something that I have always loved in my life. I've done a lot of acting, and here we have un gallo in Espanol, we would say rooster, and not a cock. For the term rooster. Hello, mister. How are you? Sawadee Kap. Do you speak Thai or English? All right. He's pretty chill guy. Beautiful, like rooster. Actually, he's very athletic, I guess is the word. So back to my life. I saw I lost you there. So I'm gonna make more, as I said, short form content and live stream, because that's the only thing I can really sustain well. I still have some videos, big videos actually, that I made in Bali, for example, as well as in one in Nepal as well that I need to edit, and I'm very ambitious on those videos, so it's a very long process, and so I'm okay with that because I'm gonna do those live streams and short form regularly, and then you can expect every 3-4 months that I release a much bigger video, like that I will put a lot of efforts on. Basically, that's the idea. So I'm coming back. That's just all of that to say I'm coming back for the people that knew me and that were absent. For new people coming to the channel, well, like if you want to know about multiculturalism in general, not it can be a bit of travel, but not much anymore. Even though it looks like my channel is about that, it's going to be much more about what does it mean to live abroad or to have a multicultural identity. So that's what I'm going to treat. So about my life, to get back to the topic. Let me see if you have any questions, by the way. It's a good time to ask questions as well on your side. So I had a break as well, an absence from the channel because, well, I've had a really difficult mental health period. We never know where to start when you tell the stories. But I'm slowly going back up again. I'm very stressed financially, actually, at the moment. And this is one of the reasons why I am in Thailand, because thankfully the cost of life is lower here. And I've still been traveling, but yeah, I haven't really been able to make content. But we're fixing that. And for my mental health, it's never super clear why I had a sort of depression. I don't know, but I think I met a guy a couple of months ago who was telling me that a lot of people were experiencing mental health issues, especially as an after effect of the pandemic. I think, and so that could be what's at play, but also the fact that I have never really worked on my traumas from childhood, and I started doing that, starting to do a therapy. But I would say those traumas really got strong as I didn't encounter success on YouTube, for example, but also had a lot of things to do in life and financial pressure, and so that got this challenging situation for me, like made it like go to my darkest sides, let's say. So that explains a bit my absence. But I think that's an opportunity when those things happen to change as well. So anyway, so now I think we're arriving in an area where there are more people again. And so I can hear maybe some English over here. So let's try this. So hey, I'm looking for people who speak English for some interviews. Anyone speaks English? Yeah. English, no?
你们谁英语好一点吗
You guys from China? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are Chinese.
Yeah, I'm from Switzerland. Yeah. Would you be interested? I ask about international life.
Sorry, English
Yes.
not good.
No English, not enough. Yeah. You speak Mandarin or another dialect or? Because what the Zhongwen shi, Buhenhao. That's all I can say. My Chinese is not good, but yeah. Okay, so thanks a lot. Have a good day. Thank you. So let's try to find. I keep repeating myself. Let's try to find people who do speak English. I was really hopeful there. I don't know why. I thought that those people might speak English. Unfortunately, they don't. So he was very interested to see my questions, though. But yeah, it's funny because when you meet Chinese people, they naturally get very uncomfortable in interviews, which you can understand why. Probably with the the surveillance at play in China. I think that people don't engage with the journalists, let's say, even though they are abroad. So there's a lot of Chinese here actually in Thailand, and especially in Chiang Mai here. And the area we're gonna enter, which is this way, is called Niman, and it is famous to be the digital nomad hub of Thailand, and actually a worldwide digital hub. But my experience here, because I've been staying here for quite a while, is that it's actually quite not necessarily so much the case anymore. It's very difficult to cross here. I think you just have to go for it. And so same, we're kind of like figuring it out. So it's like, it's not as crazy as Vietnam, but so it actually, this place, Niman or Nimanheim, full name, is very Chinese. There's a lot of Chinese tourists, and apparently there's also a lot of investors here in Chiang Mai from China as well that invest in real estate. So I think that's a topic or investigation we could like check in the future. Okay, so it's a bit less noisy. I'm looking for people to interview. Do you have? Are you interested or have a minute?
Sure, yeah.
Can I film?
Yeah, you can go.
Amazing. So maybe I will just turn this around like that, like this. So I'm just doing interviews on international life.
Okay.
So beyond traveling as well, people living abroad. So I don't know if you live. Where are you from?
I live in Okinawa right now, Japan.
Ah, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're visiting Thailand, or?
Visiting Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah, doing a little bit of work here. So.
Okay. Ah, you work here as well, or?
Yeah, I do a little volunteer. I'm a physical therapist, so I'm doing a little bit.
You're what?
Physical therapist.
Therapy. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean, physical therapist?
We help people with like all sorts of injuries, so like back pain or knee pain, or spinal cord injuries.
So do chiropractor fall under the category?
It's
or?
a different career. It's similar.
Okay,
we do some similar things, but physical therapy is different. Yeah.
Same but different.
Yeah, same
okay.
but different. Yeah.
So and where are you from originally?
From New Mexico in the United States.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay. My wife is Mexican, so
Oh, wow.
never been to New Mexico, but been many times to California and Texas.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So
It's
nearby.
Close to it. Yeah.
So you live in Japan then, or rest of the time? So maybe I have some cool questions for you. So I just need to change the paper. So I'm really interested, in what's the experience living abroad. So do you still feel from the United States or New Mexico, or do you feel more a global citizen that you live abroad?
I haven't lived in Okinawa very long. I've only been there for 4 months now.
Okay.
So I think I still feel like a citizen of the U.S. Yeah.
Makes sense. And you like fully from the United States, or do you have like different passport?
From the
or?
US, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And what do you think that in Japan specifically, do people? What are the stereotypes that people have about the United States that are wrong?
I think they think a lot of Americans are like very loud and we like to party all the time. But
yeah.
I'm not that way at all. So that stereotype doesn't really fit me. So I think it just depends on the person, you know.
And what stereotypes do you think they have that are true, kind of true?
I think we tend to be like more outgoing and like friendly right away. I think we're just trained that way in America. So I think that stereotype seems to fit true. Yeah.
I've never been to Japan, but I can imagine it's a big difference.
It is different. Yes. Yeah.
The United States is very open, even more than Europe. I'm from Switzerland, so.
Oh wow. Okay.
And why did you decide to go to Japan?
Go to Japan. Well, my husband got stationed there in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why we got sent there, yeah.
And for you, it was easy to do, or
I was excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a very nice place to be in Asia. Yeah. So it's been pretty easy transition, I think.
yeah, I think short, 4 months is maybe still short, but do you feel at home in Japan, or
I think it will take a little while to feel like it's
Yeah.
home. But I already have a really nice community there, so
okay?
that helps to feel a little more like
Ah,
home.
yeah. Like also foreigners, or
Some,
Yeah.
yes, and some through the military, but
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
also some foreigners through the church I go to. So
Yeah, it's funny because when I lived quite abroad, and one of my mistakes sometimes, because I was busy with work, I prioritized my relationship, and then I was not like making friends, and especially I was not making friends that were that spoke the same language as me or from the same countries.
right,
And I realized it's important if you stay more than 6 months somewhere, especially because otherwise it starts heavy on you,
yeah,
the cultural, the lack of people understanding your perspective. And so,
right,
I don't know if that's something you
yeah.
relate to.
It can be very isolating, I think,
Yeah.
if you don't reach out and seek out community.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel very alone and different, I think. Yeah,
No, it's pretty cool for sharing this part. Thank you.
yeah.
Maybe if I have one more question. What do you think would surprise your family back home about your life in Japan?
That's a good question. I was thinking earlier today about things that were surprising when I moved there. Because it's such a tropical island, so it's something small.
Yeah.
But I expected there to be a lot of fruit and really cheap. And fruit is like way more expensive there than in the US.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
To even get like grapes, you can spend easily like $10 on just a package of 10 USD just on a package of grapes. Yeah.
But you think it's because
surprising.
some fruits are not local, or
Yeah,
it's
I think it's just a lot of the fruits are imported.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's
okay.
not many local fruits that a lot of people like to eat there. So yeah, it's just very expensive to buy fruit.
So you think that would surprise your family?
I think so. Yeah, I think my family pictures it as like a tropical island with lots of fruit.
Okay.
And it's like very expensive you feel like you're rich if you have a lot of fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I think US is not so famous to be cheap on the fruits. So,
Yeah, even compared to US, it's expensive. Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't have expected that either, actually. And yeah, well, between the expectations you had about Japan and the reality, what's the biggest shock?
I think it's the people that I met. Okinawa is, I think, different than mainland Japan. They have their own culture there, and
Right.
it's a little more easygoing. I think, from what I understand about mainland Japan, it's very like fast-paced and business-oriented. Okinawa is kind of more the island life, so people are a little more laid back. And people have been like very friendly and interested, which I don't know if I expected that as much. There's a couple of places I've been in Okinawa where like shop owners and whatnot, like they want to know about my life, and they're just very interested in, I think, because I'm a foreigner in my life. But that's been fun to build some community just through like people that I've met going to different businesses around, and so I think that's been really neat. And not what I expected. I thought it was going to be really hard to build relationships,
Okay, yeah.
and it's been actually surprisingly easier than I thought.
Did you have to learn some Japanese? Or?
A little bit. I've been trying. It's very hard, but I've been trying to do like little bits of conversation, and so it's really important to like get out and go places, and I think that's how you learn. It's just like forcing yourself to immerse yourself in a community. But then it's fun because you meet people that are interested in you, and you get to know about them, and so I think that's what makes it fun living abroad. So
But do you think that if you don't speak Japanese, you would have been more difficult to make those relationships, or like what is your advice to people moving to Japan, for example,
Yeah.
to build relationship? Or,
I think just to like not be afraid, even
Yeah.
if you don't speak very much. I think just to put yourself out there,
Yeah.
and there's actually a lot of people that also want to practice English. So
yeah.
there's some people in the same boat. So there are people that have actually asked me if I'll be their language partner, so they can
Yeah.
practice their English on me. And
So good tandem.
yeah,
activities,
so
yeah.
it kind of goes both ways too. So I think
Yeah.
just being willing to like put yourself out there, and even if it's a little bit awkward,
Yeah.
that's okay. I think, yeah, it's awkward for them too, right? So yeah, just being willing and open and
Because I heard that Japan is opening more its border as well, because they need immigration, and so I don't know if it's something you felt. Or,
yeah. I mean, I can't really speak for mainland Japan, but Okinawa is very welcoming.
Yeah.
I think it is a little easier to become a part of community there, just because there are a lot of foreigners. There's a lot of military bases there, so
Okay,
there are a lot of people that know a little bit of English just because there are a lot of foreigners that come through there.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
So I think it is a little bit easier to integrate than mainland Japan, from what I understand. So
Okay. A specific case than in Japan.
yeah. So Okinawa is a little different, I think.
Maybe to just finish, and then I can let you go. What is something you admire from the Japanese culture?
I really admire how civic-minded they are. They're very honest, and like if I was to lose something in Japan, there's kind of a joke that if you were to lose like your sweatshirt, that you would find it in the exact spot you left, but it would be nicely folded for you.
I folded.
Yeah. So that's very much rings true. Like I never really have to worry
That's crazy,
about
actually.
something getting stolen or somebody being dishonest. They're very, very honest, and very like, I think, mindful about like not polluting the earth, stuff like that. So they seem to be very like community kind of civic minded. Whereas where I come from in the U.S., like you must lock your doors, you must be careful of where you park your car, and you can't just leave stuff around or it will be gone and stolen. So that was a big change. I think I felt a lot more free when I moved to Okinawa. I didn't really have to worry about locking a lot of things or people trying to steal things from me. So
Oh, it's good for stress levels and
yeah,
energy.
definitely. Yeah.
I can feel that here as well.
Yes.
In Thailand.
It's very similar. Yeah.
Maybe Japan is tops, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think Japanese tops for honesty and yeah.
Cool. You want to add anything?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I think that's something I should ask people that I didn't ask you, or anything that comes to your mind. If not,
Gosh, I don't know. I think those are all really good questions. Maybe if I knew language, you could ask how I learned it, but I don't know language very well.
okay. How did you learn it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to find this, I publish it on YouTube,
Oh, great.
and it's called Ben and You. So
Ben
it's
and
my
You.
name and the viewer.
Okay.
So it's
Great.
pretty easy to remember, I guess.
Yeah.
So you can find the interview there. Maybe I would publish edits, shorts. I don't know yet. I'm trying something new, so
Great.
it's the first time I do this.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well,
So yeah, very nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you. How long are you in Thailand?
I'm here for 2-3 months.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Good long time.
Yeah, I'm working remotely, and
It's a good
so
spot to
I
be.
kind of move places every 3 months. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah.
Very cool.
After that, we go back to Mexico.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you live in Mexico now?
Yeah. I was still changing places. Yeah, between Switzerland, Mexico, and Thailand most of the time.
Wow. All over.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So-
All over the world. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
you
say
get
it.
to see
Yeah.
a lot of the world. That's really,
Yeah.
that's really fun and exciting. Yeah.
So I'm trying to share that because it became my interest, of course. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah. So I hope you have an amazing day, and
Thank you. You
yeah.
too.
thanks. You were my first successful interview today. So,
Oh, great.
it helps me warm up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah. All right. So I have no clue who is watching or not. We're back here. So 2 people watching. Let me see if you have any questions in the comments. That area looks so different from where you started. Yes. Well, basically, that road here is a sort of like a separation, really between the neighborhood of St. Titham, which is much more local, and then the neighborhood of Niamey. It changes immediately, and then you have like even this area that are kind of like even hipster or inspired, which is something that I thought was only in Europe, you know, like transforming old factories into cool places with the light bulbs of this style, you know, very hipster. Anyway, so any feedback from you, the audience, about, I don't know if that was too noisy, for example, because I'm still close to the road, so I was a bit worried if you could like hear well. So how is the visuals and audio during the interview? I want to know if you could like hear correctly and if I was framing it correctly, because I realized halfway that I was not framing the interview very well. So I'm gonna change and adapt my setup accordingly. So let me try to do this around here, somewhere where I can put my camera a bit for a bit. Okay, so people joining the chat, of course, let us know where you're from and if you have guessed where we are. Yeah, so I think definitely with foreigners it's gonna be probably a little bit easier to do those interviews. Okay, so music is not good. It's gonna get flagged. I need to adapt my... Do you have any questions? It's a good time for you to ask me your questions. Alright, so I'm going to sit down here. I came here before, it's a pretty cool area. So, alright, so basically I was attaching the camera to my shoulder here. And I realized that it's not super good to have it on that side, so I'm going to change that to the other side. So yeah, basically I use these thingies. Yeah, more good. And then I can attach my camera here. So I have the impression that it's gonna frame better now. I mean, it's still on, the camera is on me. So yeah, I have the impression that this should probably do a better job. All right. So I saw that someone wrote some feedback for me. Let me check it out. So the audio of the interview was good. At the beginning, you couldn't see the person until the end. Also, drop the list and trust your gut. Okay, yeah. Well, it's just that I'm trying to memorize a bit those questions. So I do check a lot the questions, and I know it's very unnatural. But that's the way I'm trying to memorize them, basically. So I know that after a bit, it's gonna be better. But I want to make sure that I have like good questions to ask. So let me check how much batteries I have to start for a bit more. Thank you so much, Mark. Indeed, I'm iterating 100%. So I'm not gonna go inside the area there because of the music. Might be copyrighted. Maybe it's not a problem. One thing I want to tell you guys is that you can support me if you enjoy those videos. by giving what is called super thanks. So on YouTube, there's a feature to give a bit of money, and it's called a super thank. So you can figure this out in the YouTube platform interface. And there's also in the link of this video a link to my PayPal. So it's also another way you can support me. That really helps, honestly, and that's part of the difficulties I've had with this channel. So any support is welcome and really, really appreciated. Anything, honestly, anything is better than the automatic monetization from YouTube. So I see the music stops, so let's enter now, so I can show you a bit inside. I know there's sometimes some live music, so maybe that's just some live music. Oh, it's not live music. Yeah, so that's kind of like a hipster area in Chiang Mai. It's nice though from time to time. Of course, when you have the Beatles. Very hipster. And yeah, you can see how typical of these former, maybe not factories, but former colonial buildings, or I don't know. Although Thailand was never colonized, so it cannot really be a colonial building. I don't know, or style. So I'm gonna exit this place. Any questions in the chat? Try the walking feature. It's perfume place. I was like, what is this empty business card? It's perfume. So yeah, that looks very colonial, for example. Or I don't know, the style, or like a factory, I don't know. I have no clue when did they build that. So maybe here, there's two friends fighting here. I was gonna think I could interview them. Maybe that could be a cool area to interview people actually here. So let's try find someone. So new people joining the live, let me know where you're from where you're watching us. You can ask me questions as well, and you can suggest questions I could ask during my interviews. So basically today, to remind you, I'm interviewing people. We are in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, and I'm interviewing both Thai people and foreigners as well. So different type of questions all around international topics. Multiculturalism. So let's try. I think I could have a better chance to find Thai person that speaks English in this area. So let's try to do this. Does the music bother you, by the way? Because there's like music over there, live music. I hope it's not too loud. Alright, let's try to... It's always this moment of breaking the ice that is like very difficult. I'm gonna keep my papers in my hand. By the way, I want to interact with you guys as well. So far, it's not super interactive, let's say, so it's also conversations with you guys. You can answer some of the questions I asked as well during my interview. Actually, it would be a really good idea to do that. That any questions I ask the people, feel free to answer those questions yourself. And we can have a conversation around it as well. If you live abroad, for example, or if you have a partner from a different country, or if your parents are different countries, if you're living abroad, if any of this applies to you, I want to hear your point of view. Let's try this guy. Sorry, you speak English? English? No, okay. Thank you. I think people think that I have questions when I... for some reason, being a reporter making interviews is also less cringy. I don't know how to say it. It's less weird than doing just a live stream, you know. Hello, excuse me. Do you speak English? No, English. Hey, I swear I'm gonna succeed. Right. Hello, sir. Do you speak English? No English. Okay. I think in other countries this process of interviewing locals would be a lot easier. So that's part of the iteration here and of figuring it out, because it's possible that in Thailand I will maybe focus only on foreigners. Let's see. What's that? Right. Busy area here. Very hipster bar as well. Hipster, but very nice. So, this is the road that separates this area from the others. So we're gonna have to try to cross. So when will I manage to cross? I have to go for it. Okay, now everyone is going, so it's definitely the time. Thailand is amazing because it's very, it is chaotic, but also everyone said it today, it's very safe. So, and peaceful as well in a sense, so that mix of chaos and peace makes it one of my top favorite countries, really. Yeah, anyone watching this live or after the fact, let me know what can I improve to make those videos. Technical stuff like visual and audio quality, but also the questions I ask, my on-camera skills. So because I'm really doing those live streaming to get better, also at making regular videos eventually. So yeah. Feels very lonely to be alone in this. So yeah, I haven't received any super thanks, by the way. So hopefully, inshallah, next week. Yeah, I'm making those live streaming with 3 goals in mind. So the first is, well, as I said, a way of getting better at what I do, a way of improving my skills, especially that live videos are slightly more challenging, so it's very good for that. And it's also a way to earn a bit of money through super thanks, hopefully. Might be better than regular videos, I'm almost sure. And third is also for the algorithm, because like this it helps me publish once a week, or live stream once a week, so it gives a signal to the platform that I'm active without spending time editing, which I really don't have right now. I'm fully focused during the week on working for clients as a freelancer. I have achieved this, I have to say that, at least I've never really made it on YouTube, but I've definitely made it as a digital nomad and a creative freelancer as well. So camera is blurry. I don't know if it's it could be the internet connection as well. Maybe the bitrate, the bandwidth is too limited. Hi, that's Mike. I know this person. How are you, Mike? A very good friend of mine from here. So yeah, those are the objectives of these live streams. So welcome here, Mike. I've been live streaming for an hour and a half today. I was interviewing people, and I was open. I had different questions for foreigners that live here, especially more than travelers, and also for Thai people. And I tried to interview people today, but I didn't manage to meet a Thai that could be part of an interview in English. So I hope that when I try to do this next time, because I will do this one time per week, I hope that I will have more success. And maybe, Mike, I can interview you as well, you know? I can plan it as well. Although I do this very spontaneously in the streets, you know? And no one watches the video anyway, so... But yeah. So I'm heading home right now. I don't know if it's like noisy or not. I don't know if I lost my papers, my questions. 2 people in the chat. So the people that are in the chat, let me know where you're from. Which countries? The person left. So I did find. Yes, I have a list of questions here. I covered it all basically, huh? It feels nice to be back on making content, because it's been a while I haven't, and I'm gonna turn left here, it's gonna be less noisy. Alright, and I think before I specifically arrived behind that building, so it's good. I'm trying to orient myself without checking Google Maps. That's the idea. So I start to have a mental map of Chiang Mai a little bit. 3 people in the chat. So let me know where you're from in the chat, if you have any feedback for improving the video. And while you're here, I can tell you why I'm here. It's one thing I haven't told today, didn't say today. So I can tell you now, you guys, you 3 watching, thank you for being here. Well, I am, thankfully, I did manage to become a digital nomad, you could say. I kind of like try to live abroad. I can work from anywhere, so, and I do that with my wife Ariana. So we love to come here to Thailand. We're usually between Europe, Switzerland especially, which is where I'm from, and Thailand and Mexico, because Ariana is from Mexico, so we're a lot between these three regions. So we're covering a lot of the world, essentially, between the Americas, Europe, and Asia. So this is what got me really into all these international topics that I cover in my videos, including today. And we're here in Thailand since not so long ago. We were in Switzerland before. It was very stressful financially for us to be in Switzerland. The cost of life was insane. And since I earn a more international creative income with international clients, it's really bad situation for my stress levels to be in Switzerland. But while I was there initially for family reasons, and then I did a lot of admin, so it was a big relief to leave Switzerland, and we had to leave as well Schengen, which is the migration area in Europe, because Ariana doesn't have a residency yet in Switzerland. We can ask it any time, but we decided that we wanted to keep our freedom, but at the same time, that limits our time in Schengen to 3 months per year. So we had to leave. And well, it's amazing to be in Thailand. And, Thailand is just a country that we like for many reasons. One of our favorites. Of course, the cost of life is important to start with, because we just cannot be in places that are too expensive, because we need to compensate for the time in Switzerland, etc. So that reduces the options, let's say. But why Thailand among the cheaper options, let's say, is because, well, I think Buddhism in big part makes societies really, I don't know how to say, like, it creates a philosophy in the culture that I really appreciate. And as I said before, Thailand is a perfect mix of chaos and serenity. So this is why it's the best country. I really love it for all of this. The food is amazing as well, of course, very famous. The weather is great, too hot sometimes. And yeah, essentially all of that. Do you have any questions in the chat? Are you walking to the karaoke bar? I'm not so near the karaoke bar. Are you guys going there? Because 21 hours times 10. Then, not sure what you mean by that. Then, maybe you can clarify your comments. I'm a little bit confused. Well, I don't know if Ariana is going there, but she hasn't told me if she's going there, Mike. So I could definitely walk directly to the extent to the karaoke bar if you want. Just need to be told, but probably it's better that I pick up the scooter. I don't know. Although I could maybe have a beer if I don't take the scooter. It's pretty cool here. Exercising. Who else is in the chat? Leave a comment. Yeah, so this is Santitham, so it's a different area in Chiang Mai. This is where I'm staying. And well, it's very nice to come back here. Actually, it's a bit more quiet. There's a lot of traffic in Nimanheim. So, yeah, oh wow, that building looks abandoned. It's like a place to make explorative content. So now I'm following my instincts as to how I'm going to arrive to where I'm staying. Thank you for watching the live stream. Do you have any questions, more questions, let's say? Keep telling you about my life. So before that we were in Switzerland, and after that normally should be around the end of July, if everything goes well. We will go to Mexico from here, so we basically go around the earth. And For a very special event, we're gonna have our wedding, basically party in Mexico. So it's a big event coming up. And after Mexico, I had plans last year to go to make a documentary, another one in Cuba, a documentary series, the island of Cuba in the Caribbean. And that got cancelled because of the family reasons. I had to come back to Switzerland because my mom had health issues. So I canceled that trip, but I already paid for the flight. So that means that I might go to Cuba as well before the end of the year to do this documentary series I want to do. And also we will go probably to the United States as well to see both the family of Ariana, my wife, and also we'll take advantage of making documentary series as well there, especially with the current administration. Things are wild there, so a lot of topics to talk about, I think, street interviews to make, etc. So those are the plans, travel plans, and hopefully next year we either come back here to Thailand or we'll go in Colombia or South America, or the plan is still in the making, let's say. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep hopping quite between Asia and the Americas, essentially, in the near future. So I'm really interested. I'm trying to pitch that to some TVs, French-speaking TVs, especially in Europe. Some video series, maybe kind of like documentaries that would like develop around the topics of USA and China. So China, like Trump. So I think it's a hot topic right now. It's also very interesting. So being in Thailand, especially, it's very near China. So it's kind of convenient to go there. So yeah, that's something I'm thinking of doing. I mentioned that before already, but yeah, I want to get, I don't know, specialize a little bit in the situation between US and China, basically, and compare the two of them, because we live most of the time between Thailand and Mexico right now, and a little bit Europe, but most Thailand and Mexico is where we want to be most of the time, and so it's really good for making reports, let's say, or documentaries in China or the US, respectively. And yeah, that's how I try to get gigs and get paid, essentially, sustain this life. I don't know if it's gonna work out, because clearly on YouTube is not where I make any money. Very dark around here. Any questions? Where are you guys from? Then I'm sorry, I really don't get the comment. 21 hour times 10. Are you talking about we're meeting at the karaoke bar at 9 p.m. times 10? Not sure what that means. I'm very confused. Well, it's cool to see two people that stayed and are staying in the live stream. Oh wow, what is this structure here? Ah, it's a billboard. Wow, it's super high. I was very surprised. So today we can maybe do in French we'd call le bilan, like basically assess what we did today. So I first tried to interview in English some Thai people, and I wanted to ask them about personal questions about their daily life and personal struggles, and also about their neighborhood and what they feel about their culture, basically questions around this. I didn't manage to do this because I do need to either speak Thai, which is not the case yet, although I'm trying to learn a little bit, but or find someone who speaks English. So most probably I will have to find someone who speaks English. So I'm going to try this again next week. And I really hope I can achieve that. If not, I will have to adapt a little bit the plan. After that, I did succeed, I think, to find some foreigners to ask, to have conversations in English and ask other type of questions about multiculturalism, living abroad, etc. So we did 2 interviews today, basically. No, 3. We did 3 interviews. So I interviewed a girl from the United States, New Mexico, and then a couple from Mexico, which I interviewed in Spanish. So that was pretty cool to see Mexicans. A couple of retirees. So there was more like questions around travel more than living abroad. Because they were like celebrating their anniversary, 40 years of marriage. Pretty cool. Very friendly people. And then the 3rd interview I did was of a Chinese girl and her friends. So that was also interesting perspective to get the Chinese perspective a little bit. The girl from America, the first one I interviewed, lives in Japan. And she was basically visiting Thailand. So she had like cool stuff to say about living in Japan. So I was happy a bit of the result of the interview, but I didn't film her correctly, so I'm learning. And then the last interview, the Chinese, was also interesting because I would say I couldn't get really the kind of answer I was after, which was maybe something more speaking with the emotions. I don't know. I don't know that's what I mean, but more like, yeah, like philosophical feelings, stuff like that. Yeah. So I need to get better at this. But yeah, 3 interviews is pretty good for this first live stream. I hope that next week I can do more. Keep on going. Every Saturday around the similar time, I will do live streams. You can already check my channel. So we make this a weekly meeting, a weekly habit. If you're checking this video, even after it's live, let me know which part you thought were the most interesting. Maybe I can also make clips from this most interesting moment and reshare them. Any questions in the chat? Still not. My throat almost hurts. I'm very thirsty as well because I talked a lot. Oh, durian. So it smells very, very strong. It's this fruit from Asia. I don't know if people know it. In the chat, I guess so, because it's Mike. Hey guys, don't be shy, participate. You can say anything you want. See this as a conversation. Stuff you would like to ask me, I will reply. If you're just joining, let me know where you're from, what you will want me to do in those live streams. Did you like it as well? I don't know. Did you find it interesting? It's a very good exercise for me because in real time I see if people are here or if they are leaving, so that indicates a little bit if what I'm doing is interesting or boring. Very good feedback for me in real time. How's the audio? How's the video? If it's blurry, it might be the internet connection. One really positive as well about doing this live stream is that I'm doing a lot of walking, so it's very good for burning calories. And actually, just before starting the live stream, almost like 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, basically, no, just before I started the live stream, I felt my stomach doing a sound, you know, like the. I will make it in the mic, like the sound of the stomach. which indicated me that I really need to eat, and I haven't eaten since. And I forgot, because when I make those videos I forget. But probably I really should eat something soon. But it was really good for losing calories, I guess. So this is, by the way, a really nice area here. I live close to here, so we like to come eat here. And well, it's a pretty local area. Mike, who was here during this live streaming, brought us here the first time. And yeah, it's one of the best places in Chiang Mai to have street food. All right, who is in the live? You can comment where you're from. We're getting close to the end, so it's the last moments to make suggestions of improvement or ask some questions. If not, you can always leave a regular comment under the video or contact me directly. And next week I'll be back at it, next Saturday. All right, I think, well, I will keep going a little bit more. One thing that is true and that came up in the interviews I did today is the fact that it's very safe here, and so it's very relaxing as well in that sense. My arms hurt holding this camera. It's funny, every time I live stream, I was doing a lot of live stream, like I don't know how long ago was it, but I always plan to do it shorter than I end up doing them. Just keep on going usually. It's kind of fun to the process in the end. There's always something to say. Well, also I have to say that it's really easy to make the live streams here in Thailand, so it's another advantage. Okay, today I did speak in English, but since it's and I did one interview in Spanish, but since it's a channel about multiculturalism, about it's supposed to be international, so I will speak in French because that's the only language I didn't speak for a bit. Donc je passe au français. I don't know who is watching, so if you don't tell me where you're from or your language, it's a bit difficult for me to adjust. So don't hesitate to announce your language. So you don't speak French, I guess, because you left. I know you're back. I don't know. Well, who are watching, let me know which languages you speak. In the meantime, I will speak a bit in French. So, en français, je dirais que ça fait du bien de parler français. Ce serait quand même beaucoup plus simple de parler en français parce que c'est forcément ma langue maternelle. Donc, je pense que je suis un poil plus intéressant peut-être quand je parle, mais j'aime bien le challenge, le défi de faire ça dans une autre langue, soit anglais ou espagnol. C'est les seules langues où je suis capable, disons, d'avoir des conversations, quoi. Mais il n'y a que en français que vraiment j'exprime ma vraie personnalité, quoi. Voilà, j'arrive proche de chez moi, donc je vais éviter de montrer où c'est que j'habite pour éviter d'attirer des problèmes. Il y a 2 personnes dans le live. J'ai pas envie de partir pendant que vous êtes là. Mais peut-être je peux avoir une conversation avec vous pour terminer ça. Juste un petit message. Toi qui regardes ici, envoie-moi un message ou dis-moi au revoir. I will switch back to English. You two who are watching right now, just before I close the stream, tell me just goodbye or something. I want to stay while you're here, but if there's nothing particular you want to know, just send me a goodbye in the comments, and I will finish the live stream over here. So I just wait now. I'm not gonna speak anymore until you speak, until you get involved. Oh, that's my wife that is in here. So yeah, was it difficult today to be back at it? So I have to say that not difficult at all towards the second after half an hour. Especially after the first interview I did. It's just like warm up. The warm up can be really hard when it's been a long time I haven't filmed. So, but it wasn't as hard as it could have been in the past. I realized that I have to ease in very slowly and very easily when I do this stuff. The audio is good, but from time to time it's a bit blurry. Yeah, I think that's the connection. I found a new friend. Hola. Oh. What's your name? What's your name? There is a lot of cats here in Thailand. Showing you back. Yeah, so I'm gonna end here. I'm just waiting for a goodbye from your side. But yeah, for the video being blurry, I think there's nothing I can do because it's probably linked to the internet connection, unfortunately. Unless there's like a higher speed network I could try to get. Yes, I'm checking all the discussions we had today. So today in the chat we had Tim Myers, that was here. That's such a weird name to be from Japan. Not sure if there's really someone from Japan. My wife was here, and then Mike was here, a friend of mine. And then we had someone, Den, maybe it's Fidem. So friends were around today that I know personally. I think my subscribers were not here. I don't know why. Maybe they are dead by now. It's been like too long. I've been absent on YouTube. Or is not it's a time of the day that it's too early, maybe, if you're in the Americas especially. Anyway, 2 persons in the chat. Once you say goodbye, I will finish the stream. As long as you didn't write goodbye, I'll stay a bit, but I'm not gonna talk until you speak, until you get involved. tell me goodbye. I wait for your goodbye comments. Alright. 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 I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I look so funny. What I do? Alright. Let's finish it here. I see you next Saturday around the same time. Check on my YouTube channel the live tab. You can see all the programmed lives. And so you can already click notify me on the next live that I will do in next week, next Saturday. So you will get a notification so you can participate. Ah, ciao, bonne soirée, arrivederci, sawadee-ka, Taijan, adios. I will close this live stream now.